Hello there friends, CS2 Live here. In today's video, a huge CS update with a lot of skins, collections and map changes. M0NESY will not join Spirit, and Stu2K's full comeback, plus a bunch of other exciting news from the world of CS2. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. First things first, I have to apologize for my voice because I'm a little sick, but nevertheless, let's move on. And let's start today's video with a drop that nobody saw coming. And no, it was not an April Fool's joke. Valve decided to bring in a lot of new skins. First of all, new skins in the weekly drop. The developers deleted 4 old collections, Bank, Italy, Lake and Train, and instead added 3 new ones, Ascent, Boreal and Radiant. The first one, Ascent, is about space and the blue tones, some standout skins. M0NESY Stratosphere, AK Midnight Laminate, basically an upgraded version of Blue Laminate, USP Royal Guard, and even a new Zeus Electric Blue. Boreal is all about green and features skins like OP Green Energy, Glock Glockenbird, AK Wintergreen, and USP Tropical Breeze. And finally, Radiant brings bold red-orange designs. Here, it's hard to pick a favorite. Nearly every skin looks high quality and memorable. Once again, you can't buy these collections because they are made for weekly drop exclusively. In addition, there is a new limited item to the game, and it's XM1014 instead of the Deagle Hit Trinity that we had before. And it also has different patterns. This one, though, doesn't have any specific patterns like gold gem or blue gem, but just some paintings and drawings, so it's kinda boring, I guess? And it costs 15 stars, which is a lot for a shotgun skin. And that's not all. Valve also dropped a new case, the Fever case. And yeah, it already made headlines. The case includes OP Printstream, the legend itself. We've been waiting for OP Printstream for a long time, but also I would like an AK Printstream as well. And yeah, Rob's crafted one instantly. Also, there's this Glock Shinonu, kinda like Vogue but with darker tones and anime styled, and Zeus Tosai, the Japanese themed with a beautiful koi fish. As for the gold, we have Paracord, Skeleton, Nomad and Survival knives, but in new finishes. Tiger Tooth, Damascus Steel, Ultraviolet, Scorched, and of course, Marble Fate, Waves and Gamma Doppler. Some crazy pulls have already happened. Strogo, for example, one of the biggest Eastern European streamers, unboxed a Paracord Black Pearl with a super clean float, 0.008, and also a battle-scarred OP Printstream. Guardian got a stat track Skeleton Doppler, though not in a rare phase. And XQC, well, he pulled the same knife, but in Sapphire. Honestly, all of these skins just look amazing. But also, the update brought some map changes. Banana on Inferno got widened a bit, now more like the CSGO version. Some visuals and hitboxes were also tweaked slightly. Train got some minor visual updates as well, mostly cosmetic. My friends, let us know what you think of Valve's April Fool's drop in the comments below, and if you managed to pull anything good. I didn't. God damn it. But as you know, with new huge updates in CS2, we have some code lines updated. And this time, unfortunately, it's not all good news. Valve has completely removed all remaining files related to Danger Zone. So, while the mode has been in a limbo for a while, it now looks like it's officially cancelled. And chances of seeing a Battle Royale mode in CS2 are pretty much zero at this point. F's in the chat for the Danger Zone. FACEIT also decided to join the April 1st fun, God help us, with some small but hilarious update. They decided to rename every map to Mirage. Old School Mirage, Mirage, Nuclear Mirage, Jungle Mirage, Choo Choo Mirage, Italian Mirage, and the new Mirage. So yeah, it was chaos. But the jokes didn't stop there. They also announced a brand new level 11 on FACEIT. Of course, everyone knew it was a prank, but the idea itself actually caught some attention. With so many players sitting on 3-4K elo, who knows, maybe level 11 isn't that far off after all. Now that we're done with all the April Fool's madness, let's dive into some serious post-blast analysis. This time not coming from us, but from OverDrive. He shared some thoughts on every major team. First off, Falcons. OverDrive believes they need to make more changes. And this time it's magixx who should go. According to OverDrive, magixx hasn't been performing well with this roster, and almost any mouse player could take his spot, or even better, someone like Kioske from Team Spirit Academy. He also called out M0NESY, saying that while he's a great mentor, he's recently been underwhelming as a coach. Meanwhile, things look worse for FaZe. OverDrive says the roster is just falling apart. Rain is struggling with his new role and his age, Elish simply can't fill Robs' shoes, Broky's aim has dropped off a cliff, and Kerrigan, well, retirement memes are getting louder. The only way? OverDrive suggests bringing in Siu as IGL and moving Kerrigan to coach before the team fully collapses. Meanwhile, G2 are still stuck in a post-Nico slump. OverDrive says Snax needs to seriously work on his aim, or he risks to turn into another Hooksy. If they can find someone better, there's a high chance that Snax can get benched. Now, Na'Vi. Their issues are less about skill and more about ego and team dynamics. Players are desperate for trophies and too confident in their own abilities, which leads to in-game mistakes and internal tension. The fix? Hard work, better comms, and a reality check. Thankfully, Blade is still there to make sure the roster stays focused and puts in the grind. Eternal Fire are working hard and improving, but their ceiling seems to be 4th, 8th places, and that's all. That's probably what we will keep seeing from them throughout the year. Mouse made a key roster move at just the right time, and now they're on the rise. Their form is only getting better and they can be serious title contenders. And finally, it's just brutal to play against Vitality these days, because ZywOo is in his prime form. Robs is causing problems all over the map, flames can pop off at any moment, and M0NESY is clutching pistol rounds like a machine. I mean, my friends, these are all just OverDrive's opinions. Agree or disagree, it's up to you. Some of his takes are pretty obvious, others are logical, I'd say. But you can always let us know your take in the comments below. You might have noticed that we haven't said much about Spirit, and that's because their situation is a bit more complex. Lately, magixx has been catching heat from the fans, who blame him for our team's inconsistent results and recent losses. But here's one thing, replacing magixx isn't really an option. He's one of the key glue players to hold this lineup together. Sure, if you swap him for like Kioske, you might get more frags, but the team's entire structure could fall apart. Chopper would have to completely rework his strats, Shiro would need to change his playstyle, and Zontex might get lost without the support and balance magixx brings. Right now, magixx is one of the most crucial pieces of the Spirit roster, and replacing him could do more harm than good. Well, and by the way, my friends, you can become a crucial piece of our community if you follow us on Twitter, where we post all the news much earlier in the day. The link is in the description. Now let's talk about M0NESY and Team Spirit. So there's no reason to expect Shiro to leave the Dragons anytime soon. During a recent Q&A with fans, the CEO of Spirit said he'd love to work with M0NESY someday, but for now, both he and the team are happy with Shiro and the level he's showing, which basically says that M0NESY won't be joining Spirit anytime soon. In the same session, the CEO revealed a few more details. For example, about players' salaries. In Team Spirit, they're quite high, with the top salary reaching $30,000 a month, though CEO didn't name who earns it. But my personal bold suggestion is that it's all of them, maybe excluding Donk, because he's too young and all that. He also said that in the next transfer window they're planning to help Kioske find the best team possible to continue his development. And speaking of their loss in Katowice, well, he blamed it on how draining was the semi-final against Na'Vi, saying it took a serious toll on the players. Anyways, my friends, I have huge respect to Spirit's CEO, who just came and answered a lot of fans' questions, and he did it honestly. That's so open. Huge respect. expect. Speaking of roster moves, we've gotta talk about Stu2K, who's officially back in action once again. As we previously mentioned, he's playing for Wildcard now, and he will be playing with them at the major qualifiers. The reason here is the same basically, because they want to make sure the team qualifies through the North American region and avoids certain complications, let's say. Although Wildcard's first shot didn't go well, they lost to M0NESY in the PGL Astana qualifiers. So now the big question is, can they still make it to the major? And if they do, will we finally see a Stu2K sticker in CS2? I'd love that. And while we won't be seeing Stu2K in Astana, we will be seeing ninjas in pajamas, super surprisingly. They finally managed to qualify to their first tier 1 LAN with this new roster in a long time. Although they barely scraped through, winning a hard-fought match against Esports in the closed qualifiers final. But you know what? I believe that Snappy and the gang still have some fight left in them. Personally, I see only positive things about this roster. They are humble, they have potential, they maybe do something good, but it also might have been just a lucky break. Only the time will tell. And to wrap things up, we've got some news from Blast. They've officially relocated one of their upcoming events. Blast Rivals Season 1, which was originally set to take place in Mexico, will now be held in Copenhagen instead. The reason is most likely players' comfort, avoiding long flights and tough time zone changes that could affect performance. Because, as you know, Blast Rivals is all about top teams, only the best of the best. Copenhagen is a familiar spot for Blast, and it looks like they're planning to do it safe this time around. And that's all for today, my friends. Thank you for watching, especially since I am a little under the weather, as you can hear. Still, we're trying to deliver news as quickly as possible, so thank you for liking the video, subscribing, and dropping by in the comments below. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time, my friends. See you soon.